Welcome to Midweek Wisdom. Welcome to Midweek Wisdom, where every week we sit down and chat about a lesson or a learning that's helping me navigate through this game of life. So, first things first, episode 1. I want to chat about calm urgency and how this has just really helped me start to navigate life and think clearer and have more clarity in my decisions, essentially. So, calm urgency, what does this kind of mean to me? It essentially just means that it's really important to maintain kind of level-headed, but still be really intentional and urgent in your decisions and your progression and those kinds of things. So why has kind of being calm helped me kind of stay on track and stay more present in my decisions and therefore, make better decisions in my life? It's essentially just helped me with something I used to experience a lot was seesawing emotions, right? So letting little things overwhelm me and throw me off track. And, when I was doing that, I wasn't really ticking off everything I needed to do in the day. I felt like I wasn't progressing and I was just really beating myself up all the time. So obviously since then, I've learned to stay a lot more calm in my decision making, not let the little things affect me, and therefore just be on top of everything a little bit more. And I really just learnt through probably the past 6 months that, nothing really surprises me, right? So if something happens that was unexpected or, unplanned, these kinds of things, I don't really get thrown off guard now. I just kind of tackle it and move forward. I think there was a quote, and I can't remember who it's by. It was that 90% of entrepreneurship is just getting slapped in the face, right? And the other 10% is just like the wins, right? But I was at an event recently. It was actually the first event that I'd done any public speaking at. It was really significant for me because public speaking and just like fear of talking in front of people is something that I've experienced my whole life, particularly through like school, primary school, high school, these kinds of things. But at the event, I kind of shared my story about the business, where we're heading, the vision, all these good things. And there was also a guest speaker there by the name of Shane Pace, and he spoke about just remaining level-headed even when you have wins and when you have losses, right? Because a lot of the time, yes, you're going to have wins and you kind of skyrocket up nice and high, and when you have losses, you obviously come crashing back down to earth. And when you have such seesawing emotions all the time, it's really hard to just remain on the same trajectory, which I think a lot of us are trying to do as well. So that idea of not letting things overwhelm you and have seesawing emotions, I think allows us to stay on track and stay on the path that we actually want to be on, rather than be kind of thrown around by the day-to-day and just really struggle to progress forward in our lives. So kind of another idea that kind of, I suppose, ties back into calm urgency and letting these emotions kind of dictate how you feel is the idea of death by 1,000 cuts. And same thing, I can't remember who said this, right? But this just really resonated with me. It's all the little things in your life that add up, that end up throwing you off path, right? Or throwing you off track. And it's only little micro things that lead to you being overwhelmed. And that's something I was experiencing in my life all the time, and I actually had one of those kind of events happen today with our admin team, or just dealing with little things in the business, $10 tasks, you could say. I was just so overwhelmed, and I could just tell there was these little things that would just pick away at me, and things like responding to admin inquiries or learning new software, or just things that weren't going right today. It was really important for me to sit down and actually have this chat and do this video, because it just brings me back down to earth and shows me that yes, you're on the right path. These things happen. Acknowledge it, stay calm, and move forward. Right, stay calm, move forward. Calm urgency. I think it's just a really important lesson. So all in all, I suppose summarising this video, it's nice and short, but just clarity in your decisions is so important. And when we have so many little things, so many distractions in our lives, it's really hard to stay on that upwards trajectory. Now, whether that be in business or that be in your personal life, obviously distractions come and go. But you can also allow distractions into your life a lot easier than what you think. And for me, that was when I was not being smart with my time, right? I was being thrown around all the time. I was being controlled by other people, not so much what I wanted to do. And, you know, I'd time block my calendar but then not stick to it, right? And that's like the death by 1,000 cuts. Like, you're intentionally doing that to yourself, and therefore what's going to happen, you're going to feel overwhelmed because you didn't do the thing you said you're going to do, right? And Alex Hormozy says this, it's something, I can't remember the quote exactly, but it's something about building your self-belief comes from the actions that you're doing, not so much what you say you're going to do, right? So you're actually following through with the things you say you're going to do. So that's kind of another lesson that we can tie in there as well. But yeah, I thought this would be a nice little video to make. Obviously nice, short, sweet and simple, but this is what I want this kind of mini-series to be. It's just a lesson that I've learnt throughout the week to date. Obviously, Sunday sessions is going to be number one priority, reflecting on myself, the business, and just where we're heading. But I think, yeah, a little lesson midweek, can only benefit you guys, can only benefit me, and also another time to kind of sit down and reflect on what has been the busiest part of the week, Monday through Wednesday, some would say. It's hump day now, so we're on the way to the weekend and just tying things up. So thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your week.